So I'm glad to. So we're just gonna go ahead and say it, guys. So yes, Lara and Dain will be part of the short film. And interestingly enough, it was a
Oh,
question that came up on last
oops, I'm
last week
sorry.
live, but we expected it. We have the design prepared, James. So don't
Okay.
worry, don't worry.
I'm the new Tom
But
Holland.
exactly, you're Tom Holland, just blaring some spoilers. I know we wanted to keep it for this exclusive live. So yes, so Lyra is one of the character. We'll be looking at her costume after that, and she'll be part of the short films. We don't have an actress yet for Lyra. She's part of those celebrity actors that we're trying to get. And Dain, well, I don't know. It's your guess. Looking by the design, you might be
Well,
able to guess.
we've already
We've
announced it.
announced
yet.
it, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, if you don't know who's playing Dain right now, I think
I want you to take a guess right now in the chat. First one to guess it. Who do you think is going to be playing Dain?
They should already know, but
If you don't know, I'm not gonna say it. Go watch her other videos.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so this is Detective Dain. His costume was really interesting because it's described briefly in the book, and this was going to be a very important costume because of how he is in the short film, and also who's playing it is hugely important. So I wanted to do something really specific, and he was one that I almost skipped like sketches on and went straight into the design, and then just constantly was sending out as I was doing stuff and tweaking it as I was doing stuff. So like the blue, he originally had a lot more blue on him, and I slowly kind of moved away from that. I wanted a little bit of accents of blue since there's sort of a hint of like law enforcement kind of in there. But what ended up sort of breaking him out and sort of got the design down in my mind is I had this sort of thought of like, okay, someone told me he was going to have a shot spike, and I was like, all right, he's going to have that. He's going in to interrogate Dain. He should take that, but I didn't want it to look like him. So I had this cool idea of like this follow shot going through a police station, following him as he's like prepping, like putting on his coat, getting ready to go interrogate Dain. God, I keep saying Dylan, I'm sorry. Dain, and then he takes like a shot spike from someone else and like puts it on, following him through this police station. And it was sort of like, all right, what is he wearing in this? And that was sort of the thing. It was a different way than I'd ever designed before. Usually it's like character research and character breakdown, but this one, that sort of story and thinking like, okay, what is this character doing prior to interacting with Dain, and how that sort of shaped the costume for me. Also a little bit on his background, I thought, you know, he's probably a little wealthier.
Can we go back to the costume? Sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He's interrogating people. He needs to, you know, he's a higher ranking, so he needs to look nice. But I also wanted him to be like, you know, he's out on the street, so he has this like kind of gauntlet-y thing, or glove that has some armor on it. I don't know if we'll end up having that, but and then kind of this more rough and ready like police tailcoat. So he kind of has that duality of like rough and ready on the street. You can see him out investigating crime, but you can also see he's, you know, nicer. He's paid a little bit better. He can interact with, you know, people who are higher up. He can interact with wealthy people if, you know, they commit a crime or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you go in the book and read, the constabulary is a place that's very fancy. It's not your alleyway police station that's broken down and that doesn't have a lot of budget. It's like marble walls and floors. There are so it doesn't make sense that he would be all rough, and having him a bit more fancy like that, I think, is very nice.
Yeah. It was important though to capture the idea though that this guy can also, like, he can be fancy, but he can be on the street. He can fight you in a duel and he will win. You know, that sort of, particularly because of who's playing him, very important. He needs to be able to beat you in a duel.
And I can say with the costume, we really get that sense. Like, you really mix both, like, badass genre with the classy.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite design.
Yeah, it's definitely mine too. I really like this one.